Hiya.
Hello.
Welcome to the Geeky Girls Knit Podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Dammy, also known as Dammy's Doodles.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Thursday, the 20th of June, 2019. And Dammy,
What?
we have now done this 350 times. This is episode 350. We'd like to say a big welcome back. We love you guys. To all our returning viewers. And a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you enjoy the show. Dammy, if somebody is not a member of our Ravelry group, what should they do? And why?
You should join our group on Ravelry and introduce yourself in our introductions thread, because you'll get a shout out on our next episode and be able to participate in all our owls and giveaways.
That's right. Well, we have several things to talk about, so we should probably get started. Here we go.
And now we're going to talk about what is on our needles.
What is on your needles, Dammy?
So I unhighlighted it, but I haven't actually done anything with it besides get them out of the bag and look at them. But, I'll be working on my Orpheus socks again. This is a pattern that I've designed myself, and I've got it all designed. I just need to finish the sample and find my notes on the design so I can finish making it. I thought they were in the bag, but they're not. I vividly remember writing down on a piece of paper Orpheus socks. It had all the information about them, so once we get done with this, I'm gonna...
Could it be in the bag with the scarf you're designing?
What do you mean?
Could the notes be in the bag with the scarf you're designing?
The Persephone one?
The
Hades?
The Hades one.
Possibly. Hades, I think, is also hiding. Or, no, I think I re-skeened him because I didn't like how he came out, and then recycled the notes because I didn't like how it came out. But I definitely don't think I recycled the Orpheus notes. So after we do this, I'm gonna find him. But I know Persephone isn't missing because Persephone is on my computer.
Okay.
If I can't find them, I'm sure I can reverse engineer it somehow because it's a fairly straightforward pattern. So
okay.
It's just a cable and then a lace pattern for the rest of the leg, and I'm past the heel already, so yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Oh, fun times. Fun times.
So what are you working on?
Okay, I've got 4 things today that I am working on. First up is birthday socks for my bestie's son, Noah, who is turning 8 this year. I know. He was 2 when we met him. I think I just blew Dammy's mind. This is using my French Vanilla Cappuccino sock pattern, except for I'm not putting a heel in it. I'm just doing it as a tube sock. I'm on US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles. The main colorway you'll recognize, because I just finished another pair of socks in this, is Kalispell sock in the Outland colorway, and then I'm using Malabrigo yarn sock in the Fresco Iseco colorway for the toe and the cuff. So I have just, as you can see, I haven't done very much on them. I was getting them ready because I'm going to be out of town this weekend, and so that is what I'm taking to work on. So I wanted to get past the toe for that. And then the second thing I'm working on is my summer top. How do you say the name, Dammy?
I would say it's Ankh Streak, but don't take my word for it. They might have one of the pronunciation things on their designer.
Oh, they might. I didn't even look.
Listen to.
They might. So I'm on US 3's 3.25 mil needles and US 4's 3.5 mil needles. And the yarn is Plymouth Yarn Linaza hand dyed in the mauve pink orange colorway.
So creative.
I know. So I don't have much to go on this flat part of the front, and then I'll need to do the flat part of the back, and then I'll join it back in the round to continue working on it. But I'm not taking this with me out of town this weekend, so I'm trying to put my needles back in here so I don't lose my place. Okay, and then I am working on my Pom Pom Pop shawl, which is a pattern by Juliette Williams on US 6's 4mm needles. And the yarns are, all 7 yarns are in it now. So I don't remember which is which of the Gilmore Girls ones. A little nitty diamond in, one of them is first I drink the coffee, then I do the things.
I would say that's this one.
And then the other one is ugh, I need a taco.
Looks like tacos.
Okay, and then there's 5 mini skein colors. This one right here is Suburban Stitcher Sock in the Triflers Need Not Apply colorway. That's from the My Favorite Murder kits. And then the other 4 are Sun Soaked Sister, Everything Earth. There's a pink one. There's a green one. There is a rust one and a taupe one. I'm kind of wishing I had done different of the rust and the taupe because they're blending, but there was not a lot of options for mini skeins when I did the Pacific Northwest Yarn Crawl earlier this year. But I think once I add the pom-poms, it'll make the colors more visible. Yeah. And then the non-knitting thing that I'm working on is my English paper piecing. So here's where I am. And I discovered this week, oops, that actually goes that way, that these are called flowers.
You've been calling them flowers.
I know, but I officially got told that was correct. So there will be another lavender one right up here at the top, and then the rest will be the orange with the red hearts. So, yeah. So I'm working on that. And that's everything that I am currently working on. So, fun times. But we have a couple of finished projects this week, so let's move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about our finished project.
Dammy, it has been eons.
You don't need to remind me.
But you have an FO today on the 350th episode of the podcast.
Yes.
Show us. Oh.
These are the straightforward mitts by Monet Drager, and indeed, they are very straightforward when you actually sit down and do them. They were on US 3s, 3.25mm needles, and the yarn is Penguin Soup Emperor Sock in the Baker colorway. And yeah, I just need to weave in these ends.
Very
So
cute.
I'm gonna do that right now.
Very, very cute. Great job. Yes. And I just have one FO this week. This is my 24th preemie hat for the year. This is from my free top-down preemie hat pattern on Ravelry. I did it on US 6's 4mm needles, and the main color is Knitology Bouncy Worsted in the Dashboard colorway, and this is Reynolds Playtime in the tan colorway, which brings me exactly to 10,492 meters. And that means I have 4,508 meters still to finish for Stash Dash.
I think that's yours.
It probably is. I bet I loaned it to you at some point.
Heh,
A pink.
loans are funny.
Pink stitch marker.
Loans are funny.
Yeah.
You never know when you'll get them back.
If ever. It would have been fine. Do you need it?
No.
Okay.
And
Sure.
if I do, I'll ask you for it again.
I'm going to get it put away, and then she's going to be like, oh yeah, I do need that. Yeah, so making progress on Stash Dash little bit by little bit. And those are our FOs for this week.
Our FOs.
2 of them.
Okay.
I'm being the count.
I know.
So let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, Yummies. What are Yummies, Tammy?
Yummies are our current favorite things. Things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. So, today I want to show you what came this week. This came from, in the post, it came from the Netherlands. From Lady Falcon Travelers. FALCONtravelers.com is the website.
Travelers with 2 L's or 1?
One. Because it's Travelers Notebooks. Not You and I Were Travelers. Yes. So, this
Is your new baby.
is my new baby. I love her so
Oh,
much.
wow, I've been replaced.
This is my River Song bullet journal cover. And it's, what's the technique?
Leather printing?
No, it's embossed.
I felt it.
So, yes. And she always does 2 bookmark thingies hanging off, and you get to choose what you want on it. Can you see that? Oops, there we go. Hello, sweetie. So, if you've been watching for a while, you know that I adore my bullet journal, my Bujo, and I am a huge fan of River Song from Doctor Who. So, yes. I'm in love with this. I also have a pink one that has the 100 Acre Woods on it. Because what I've actually done is, well, this technically has 3 in it right now because I'm finishing out this one right here at the end of next week. So I've gone ahead and put in the new one with July in it. And then this is like my journaling notebook here, and then in the 100 Acre Woods one, I have a more like yearly thing of like lists and such that I use in my goals for the year and everything, and then also a work like notes notebook. So, but it's easier to write in with less in it. So, and she also sent this, which you put.
Oh, it's a heart.
It is a heart.
Oh, it's a heart. It's cute.
You put your headphone, the cord through, and then you can wrap it around, and it snaps closed. She included that for free.
I don't need it, but
I'm giving it to you because I already have one.
oh, thank you.
It keeps your cords from getting tangled up.
Good. My neurons need it.
Yes. So I've put a link in the show notes, and it's a referral link where I earn points that I can turn in for a discount on future purchases. But if you use that link, you get 15% off your order. So, but these are all handmade, so they do take time. Like I think I ordered this like at the end of March. Yeah. So, it just depends on how detailed. Like, if you're getting one that has no, that's just like a color, it can be done much faster. But they're all done by hand. So, it takes a little bit longer. And then, of course, it has to get shipped from the Netherlands over here. So, but I love it. Very, very happy with it. My new baby.
I've been replaced. Pink's been replaced.
So there you go. Links in the show notes. Do you have any yummies this week?
Working 9 to 5. That's literally all I've been doing.
Except for it's not 9 to 5.
What
But
a way to make a living. It's a rich man's game.
I'm trying to think if anything else happened this week. I don't think so. And we don't have cake to celebrate today. We're going to celebrate at the end of August for our 7th anniversary. So, Okay, well, I guess then let's talk about hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. What is it, Danny?
It stands for Geeky Girls Knit Crafty Photo a Day Challenge. We have a list of photo prompts for each month. So you take a look at the prompt for that day, take a picture related to it, and post it anywhere you like. But we pick our favorites from Instagram.
Yes. So this month's theme is summertime and the living is easy. Because we started our June, July, August along. So all the prompts are related to either like lyrics from the song or just kind of more normal knitting stuff, or
I think you're broken.
I am broken. Or like numbers or whatever. I don't know. Colors.
Things related to summer.
Yes, there you go. So, Dammy, what are we about to show them?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
Here come the photos.
You didn't look at the screen.
I was trying to find my stitch marker that you just gave. There it is. Here come the photos now. Those were our favorite photos. Great job, everybody. It's never too late to join in. Just take a look at the prompt for the day. Today, do you know what today is?
Summertime?
It is summertime. So you
living. It's easy.
So you take a picture related to that prompt. I think I need more coffee. Interpret it however you wish. We are very cheater friendly on this. You post it on Instagram. Make sure in the caption you use hashtag GGK Crafty Pad, and yours might get chosen. You can also use hashtag GGK Kitty Pad, GGK Puppy Pad, and GGK Puggy Pad if you would like. But make sure you always do GGK Crafty Pad. And
Quite okay.
I don't know. I think I need more coffee. Will I have the new list out next week, or will it be...
I don't know, will you?
Yes, it will have to be, because the following week is July. So you will have the new July prompts list by this time next week. So, yep. Okay, upcoming events. So this weekend, I'm going to be in Seattle for 2 different events. I'm going to be in the Honeyberry Studios booths. On Saturday, I'll be at the Fremont Street Fair. And on Sunday, I will be at the Urban Craft Uprising. So if you're local and want to stop by and say hello, I would be happy to say hello back. Knit-wise, in July is Knitting in the Park in Allen, Washington. The first weekend in October is the Fall Pacific Northwest Yarn Crawl. And I'm attending a one-day knitting retreat in November that is currently full. But if you're interested, contact Allen Yarn Shop and they can put you on the waiting list. And that is everything for this segment. So let's move on.
And now we're going to talk about what we are reading, watching, and listening to.
So what are you reading, Tammy?
I was reading Les Miserables by Victor Hugo, but now I'm going to set it aside for a little bit to read Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman.
Yes. Did yours have, yours didn't have a special cover on it from the TV show?
Soon to be a TV series.
Oh, okay.
But I got the Aziraphale cover.
Were there other options?
This is a Crowley cover.
Crowley.
There's a Crowley cover, but that one's a compact paperback, and those are difficult for me to read.
Okay.
So. And I'm also reading The Glass Scientists, which is a webcomic by Sabrina Katungo.
Awesome. So I assume you're getting your 15 minutes a day in?
Why, yes.
What am I referring to?
The April, May, June RAL read-along.
Which is a challenge for you to read 15 minutes a day every day. I don't care what you read.
More.
Or more, yeah. At least 15 minutes a day. I don't care what you're reading, as long as you're reading. Audiobooks do count. So we're doing seasonal RALs. So we're currently got the April, May, June, and then you earn entries into the year-long RAL. All the details and instructions on how to participate are in the show notes and the Ravelry group, so check it out. It's never too late to join in. Okay, what I am reading. I picked back up The Road Back to You, an Enneagram Journey to Self-Discovery by Ian Morgan Cron and Suzanne Stabile. I'm in the last type, which is type number 7. So I'm very, very close to being done with the book. So I'm hoping to be done with it by next week's episode.
Aren't there 9 types?
Yes, but they started with number 8. Because 8, 9, and 1 are the gut centers.
The gut.
2, 3, and 4 are heart, and 5, 6, and 7 are head. And so they were, instead of grouping 8 and 9 separate from 1, they started with number 8. So, I finished reading Mindful Silence, The Heart of Christian Contemplation by Felina Hertz. Really, really enjoyed this one. In fact, I actually bought a copy because I enjoyed it so much and I would like to reread it at some point. So, I'm reading Mindful Eating, A Guide to Rediscovering a Healthy and Joyful Relationship with Food by Jan Chosen Bays. I'm just a little ways into that one. This week I read and listened to the second chapter in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, which is the 4th book in the series by J.K. Rowling. And I'm rereading that along with Harry Potter and the Sacred Text podcast and Swish and Flick and All Potter podcast. I finished reading Watching You by Lisa Jewell. Oh, it was, yeah. It did not go the direction that I thought it was going.
Oh.
It was, yeah. And then I finished reading books 18 and 19 of the Anna Pigeon series by Nevada Barr. And that makes me finished with it unless she writes another book in this series. But it's been several years since she's written any in this series. She's writing other books, but and she hasn't ruled out adding more, but at this point I'm done with the series. And then I finished reading books 18 and 19 of the In Death series by J.D. Robb. I haven't started another book yet because I just finished book 19 just before I was falling asleep last night. So I will start a new book tonight. Okay. Watching. Do you want to start?
Sure, we watched Captain Marvel and Aquaman.
And what were your thoughts on Captain Marvel and on Aquaman?
I liked him.
Yeah. You had spoiled yourself.
Not on purpose. I just don't care.
And I do. I do not want to be spoiled. Yeah, I thought they were both really well done. It kind of made me laugh because Captain Marvel was set in the year I graduated high school.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was kind of funny. And then Aquaman, what's his name?
Jason Momoa.
Yes. So, we had watched him for a while, back in when we watched Stargate Atlantis, because he was in that show. So it was kind of actually funny that Atlantis and now Atlantis.
Two Atlantis,
Two.
one Momoa.
That is correct. And then I watched a couple of Hallmark movies, Love Take Two, and Picture Perfect Mysteries, Newlywed and Dead.
Oh. That's not nice.
Yeah, the groom was shot doing his first dance at their wedding right after they got married.
Wow, that must be traumatizing.
Yeah. Okay, I finished watching series 1 of the Queens of Mystery series. Really enjoyed it. It is Murder, She Wrote meets Pushing Daisies. And I really enjoyed it, and I hope they will make another series of it. I am watching season 3 of Jessica Jones.
How'd you get ahead to season 3?
I had already watched 1 and 2
Oh.
prior.
Yeah.
I watched them while you were at school. So I was waiting for season 3 to come out, and it is the final season.
I don't remember anything from school.
And then I also watched the ABC Murders, which is an Amazon Prime
Gritty foil.
series. It was 3 episodes, and it's set like later in Poirot's life.
Sometimes you have to sit down and ask yourself, is this what Agatha would have wanted?
I don't know. But yeah, it was, what's his name? I can't remember.
Rupert Grint. Ron.
Yes. He was in it, but I was trying to think of the guy who played Poirot.
In Poirot.
Yeah, him. Here we go. Let me just tell you. John Malkovich.
He's from a thing that I know.
Yes. Yes, Rupert Grint played Inspector Crumb. And there was somebody else. Now I can't remember who it was. As I'm scrolling. There was somebody else that I recognized. It may have been a one-off. Oh, no, that's who it was. Shirley Henderson, who played Moni Myrtle, was in this as well. And Andrew Buchan from Broadchurch was in it as well. So, yeah. It was definitely
A thing that happened.
It was in 1933 is when it's set.
An experience.
Yeah, it was very much darker and grittier than yeah. Yep. Okay, why don't you talk about the next few things?
Oh, sure. So I finished watching Good Omens.
I finished rewatching it.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Even the second time was really good. Yeah. I love the ending, the surprise ending.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay.
And we're watching series 1 of Victoria. We've only gotten 2 episodes in.
Yeah, with Jenna Coleman in it, and series 3 just finished up. So, yeah, I'm enjoying it so far.
Mm-hmm.
We'll watch some more today.
And Elementary season 7. The Captain Woke Up.
Yes. Yay. And this is the final season. Okay. Keep going.
Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We're watching season 6. I don't remember what happened.
I don't know either.
Things
happened.
Your turn.
Yes, and then I'm watching season 5 of Good Witch. And then listening to My Favorite Murder podcast. They aired the live show from Oslo today, and their luggage had gotten lost, and so they were on stage in their travel clothes, which Karen was wearing pajamas
Yeah.
on stage. So, It was kind of funny. And then the Hadestown original Broadway cast recording is continuing to release bit by bit. What about you?
Kevin Pressure, Kiss Me Cakes, 2019 revival cast recording.
And you're waiting for the Oklahoma one is next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I should have set this up when I was talking about Harry Potter. The Wizards Unite game releases tomorrow, Friday the 21st. And it is like the Pokemon Go kind of thing game.
Sure, I know literally nothing about it.
I only know because I heard about it on the Swish and Flip podcast. So, if my foot will heal so that I can do some walking on it, it could be a fun thing to do. But I don't even know if I've talked about my foot on the podcast. I messed up my foot. It turns really easily under me, and
It did just that.
it did, and I'm still fighting pain from it. And there was a delay in getting into physical therapy because everybody was backed up. So, yeah.
Everybody hurts their foot.
Well, the physical therapy is for more than just feet,
I
honey.
know.
Oh, okay. There seems to be a lot of shoulder injuries at the place I'm going.
I wonder why.
And no, it's actually been mostly older people. So, yeah. So hopefully my foot will heal and let me do things. What are you looking for?
My scissors. I'll find them.
That is everything we're reading, watching, and listening to. So let's move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about our June, July, August
Summertime and the living is easy.
owl.
Yes.
So this is an owl that started on the 1st of June and it runs through the 31st of August. It's for any project that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin that you can convince us is related to summer. There are a couple of main rules for this owl. The first is that no whips are allowed. So your project must have been begun no earlier than the 1st of June and then finished no later than the 31st of August, unless you are knitting this one's My Favorite Murder mystery wrap, and then you finish it by August 31st. The second main rule is that each project of at least 20 yards that you finish and post in the FO thread counts as one entry into the owl, but if your project is not at least 20 yards, you need to group it in a single post with other projects that together total at least 20 yards. Then it counts. I'm going off my mind because I was trying to cut ends out of this. Yeah. Feel free to poly dip in other longs as long as it fits in with the other rules. That's very fine. We have lots of lovely prizes on our screen right now. Thank you so much to our donors. If you are interested in donating a prize, for this owl or for a future one, you can PM Java Pearl on Ravelry or email us at geekygirlsknit@gmail.com. If you want to get closer looks at the prizes or see where they came from, you can go to our show notes, geekygirlsknit.com, or tune into the first podcast of every month where we talk about them in detail. You must be a member of the Geeky Girls Knit podcast group on Ravelry to participate, so just click that Join This Group button. There's a hashtag if you want to post on social media or tag your projects. It is GGK Summertime 19. The FO thread is going to be locked on the morning of the 1st of September, and winners will be drawn and announced on the next podcast after that, and any winners will have 30 days to claim their prize or they forfeit it. There's a
We're both having trouble talking today, aren't we?
There is a chatter thread on Ravelry where you can talk about the progress of your projects and encourage each other. And it's where I also give shout outs to people who finish projects. And I also do that here. So let me do that right now.
Go for it.
Another Yarn 9, D-Door 4, DG White, Elsa and M, Jodidiah, Knit Central, Elle McCall, La Mermaid, Mommy 2, Mystery Sewer, Nicole S., Shirley Knits 123, Yarn Taxi Driver, and Yellcat 2.
Great job, everybody. Keep working on those projects. You've got just under 2.5 months to get them finished and posted, and you might be a winner. All right, let's move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls, the part of our show where you ask us things and we try to answer them.
That's right. Thank you to everybody who asked questions in the Ask the Geeky Girls thread this week.
Ask us more.
Yes, ask us more.
Ask Pink questions.
Oh, yes, I'm sure she would love to give you her response right here on the show.
She'd love to give you something.
So, Dammy, what is this week's question?
This week's question is from Suzanne, who is Knittin' Mama 3 from Connecticut. I seem to be having trouble lately deciding what to knit. Same. I'm a pretty monogamous knitter most of the time. Same. And I have a stash I'd like to use up if possible. Same. How do you decide what you are going to knit? Do you pick several projects out and make kits? Kits with the yarn, or just decide based on what is shiny and new on Ravelry? Can't wait to hear your replies.
You go first.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, because
Most of my recent projects have been driven by I need to make this so I can publish a pattern for it, but I don't know. I think most of the other time when I haven't been knitting a design project, it's been knitting socks because that's what I know how to do, and it's easy, and I've got lots of sock yarn.
Yeah. I tend to like to have a pair of vanilla socks on the needles at all times, and so there's that, and I've got tons of sock yarn. And then I try to have a design on the needles, which I don't right now, but I need to get the next design started. And then I try to have either like a shawl or a garment or something like that, or like something I'm doing for a gift that isn't socks. I'm trying to think though. So most recently, I've bought yarn specifically for projects that I wanted to, patterns I wanted to knit. Whether it's Nanny Swemo sweater or like the shawl that I'm working on now. Yeah, but most of the time I tend, if it's for socks, I tend to be more yarn driven. Because other than design, I just knit plain vanilla socks. Or if I'm knitting the baby chino ones as baby gifts. But
How did you decide for this one? What did you see first, the yarn or the pattern?
the pattern. And also for my Nanny Swemo sweater for this year, saw the pattern and then bought the yarn, looking for it. I knew I wanted to knit an autumnal colored shawl for myself, and then I had seen this one pop up somewhere, and I love pom-poms, so I went searching for yarn for this one. But in my stash right now is mostly like single skeins of sock yarn.
Mm.
There's my Nanny Swemo sweater. Baby yarn, preemie hat yarn. I've got a few odd skeins of non-fingering weight yarn, but if I'm gonna knit a garment, I have to go shopping for yarn because I don't tend to buy sweater quantities and then find a pattern. I tend to find a pattern and then buy the sweater quantity of yarn. So, and with this summer top that I'm doing, I had actually fallen in love with the pattern and bought yarn to go with it, only to discover that it didn't work. And so I had to figure out another top to knit with it. So, yeah. So that's a whole like roundabout answer. I don't know if I actually answered. But what about y'all? How do you decide what you're going to knit next? Do you make up kits with pattern and yarn? Do you find a pattern and then shop for the yarn? Do you buy yarn and then find a pattern? Are you a monogamous knitter like Dammy tends to be, or do you tend to do more projects? For me, though, the thing is that I rarely have a project that that's on the needles that I'm not working on. I mean, of course, stash hiatus is one thing, but I don't tend to. So currently active, I have 3 projects. I don't have anything else that's in a project bag, been started and not worked on. So that tends to be what I try to do, which is why I keep a variety of projects going, so that I can have the right kind of project for the right kind of situation. Because I would not want to take like my sweater or my summer top most likely to knitting group at this point, because I need to pay a little more closer attention to it, versus this is what I actually took to knitting group last night, because it's just garter stitch with an increase on one side and a slip stitch on the other side. I'm not giving away the secret sauce. It's a free pattern on Knitty. Or the like Noah's socks that I'm taking this weekend to knit on. So, yeah. So we'd love to hear from you in the episode thread about what you do, how you decide about projects to work on. And yeah, thank you so much, Suzanne, for asking the question. Dammy, if somebody has a question for us, what should they do?
Go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and post it.
That is right. Let's move on to the next segment. And with that, we have now made it to the end of the 350th episode of the podcast.
That's so exciting. We need Pink on here at the end, like besides what we're going to do at the end, because she's our mascot.
Well, she's not here.
You're going to cut this out.
No, I'm going to talk while you're gone, actually. So, tomorrow, Friday the 21st, the 3rd clue of my favorite murder mystery wrap pattern will be releasing. And so, if you are knitting that along with us, the clue will come out tomorrow afternoon.
Someone
Oh,
was in my spot.
there's a baby coming. Say hi. Say hi.
Is that comfy? Is that comfy? What do you think?
Hi, love. Hey. Yeah, I was taking a nap.
Yeah, you were.
You people interrupt me. Me and my nap. Hi, honey. Oh, okay. So, if you have not... Oh, do you hear the truck outside?
Ooh, garbage truck.
Garbage truck. If you have not been knitting and would like to join in, you can buy the pattern on Ravelry, and you'll go ahead and get the first 2 clues, and then 3rd one will release tomorrow. So,
It's true, Pink.
it is true. She's like, I'm still asleep. My eyes are just open. Do we have any other announcements, Dammy?
Pink is wonderful.
Pink is wonderful. Okay, well, if not, let's talk about our normal stuff. We'd like to say a humongous thank you to everyone who has supported this podcast over the last 350 episodes. What? I didn't do anything. Why are you pushing me away?
Hey, nice.
Oh. We would have not made it to 350 episodes without y'all. So, thank you. We love you. But especially thank you to those of you who support us financially, because unfortunately it does cost money to make a podcast.
It's true.
It is true. So there are 3 main ways you can do that. The main one is Patreon, which is a site where you pledge a certain amount a month to your favorite creatives. You earn rewards based on what level you donate at. Dammy, if somebody wants to know more about Patreon or wants to sign up, where should they go?
Patreon.com/geekygirlsnet. I got a bird in my mouth.
Oops. What's another way, Dammy?
There's a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website if you would like to make a one-time donation, Pink.
Yeah, and we are Amazon.com, .co.uk, and .ca affiliates. If you're going to shop on Amazon, Pink, you should go to our website first.
What do you buy on Amazon?
And see if I buy catnip. That's right, all the catnip. And if you go to our show notes first, our website first, in the sidebar or at the bottom of the show notes, you'll look for the appropriate link or image, and then shop on Amazon like you normally would do, and we'll earn a little money back based on what you purchased. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It's a great way to support the podcast by doing something you'd be doing anyway. And yeah, Dammy, why don't you... Oh, I think her one's down, Dammy. Why don't you tell them where to find us online?
You can find us at geekygirlsnet.com. There are links to everywhere else we are online. YouTube, iTunes, Ravelry, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
She's licking off her Dammy cooties. Mm-hmm. And with that, we're going to tell you goodbye. We hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Thank you for being with us for 350 episodes. And until next time, happy crafting, knitting, crocheting, weaving, spinning, or whatever other craft you would like to do. We'll talk to you again next time. Bye.
Bye. Why are you in jail? What about you?
Dammy, you're very good at this game of fetch.
She's broken. She's broken. There we go. At least she can play one thing.
This is what we call her baby jail. It's a drying rack, a closed drying rack. Yes, that's laundry back there that needs to be washed. And she likes to go underneath it, and we say that she's in baby jail. Baby jail.